Hello, welcome to your practice today. This class is called Tropical and it is inspired by a tropical juice. So I'm thinking pineapple for a little bit of sweetness. We're going to be adding that through repetition. So we get into this kind of sweet flow where we can just fall into the repetition of movement and know where we're going. So we're not kind of guessing the whole time. And maybe a little bit of spice, so some cayenne pepper in there with some deeper twists and movements to build a little bit of fire and build a bit of heat in the body. So let's start on the back of the body today. You might want to have some blocks handy for a little bit later and actually maybe bring them with you. So come onto the back of the body. You're going to place the soles of the feet together and the knees drop out to the sides. And you can always place the blocks underneath the legs if it's too intense in the hips right here. And we're just going to use this shape to allow us to arrive into the body. So maybe placing one hand on the heart and one on the belly, softening the backs of the shoulders. And just take a couple of deep breaths. You're going to start to lift your left knee and place it over to the right side. So you're in an easy twist. And then lift the left knee and let it drop to the left side. And as it does, pick up the right leg and let it fall to the left. So we start to shift the legs from side to side, coming through that butterfly pose in the middle with the legs. And you let the momentum just bring a little rolling into the back of the body. You can choose to take the head in the same direction as the knees or maybe the opposite direction. And if it's too intense to let the knees fall all the way to the side, you can place a block on each side just so you land a little bit higher. So you let there be this kind of moment in the diamond shape in the middle, and then the knees roll over. Think of this, those little toys that you sometimes see on people's desks, and you have a pendulum, you lift one side and the marble hits, and there's a pendulum from side to side of the marbles hitting. I always think of that when I'm doing this movement. But really what we're doing is bringing a little bit of space into the hips, a bit of a massage into the low back. You can take it as slow or as fast as you like. And then we can kind of progress this. So next time the knees fall to the right, you can sweep that left leg out and then bring it back in and then to the other side. So obviously just mindful of what's in the space around you, but we're starting to bring some movement into the hips. It doesn't have to look like anything. The hands can rest just wherever. Maybe it feels quite smooth and easeful. Maybe it's a little bit clunky, depending on what's going on in your hips at the moment. If there's any pulling in the lower back, then just scale it back a little bit. Let's take one more to each side. And then come back to the center and then bring your hands to the outside edges of the knees and guide them to touch. Bring the knees into your chest. Let's place the sole of the left foot to the floor and hug that right knee into your chest. And then take it a little bit wider. You might find that you can go a little bit deeper. Just circle out through the ankle. Good. Place the right foot to the floor, just swap over to the other side. So bringing it up through the midline first. And then just notice if you take it to the side, you get a little bit more space as you start to circle through that ankle. And then take behind the knees and start to rock and roll up the spine. So getting a massage through the back of the body. And then cross the ankles, place the hands in front of you. Let's step back to downward facing dog. So taking your first couple of breaths in down dog just to land into the body a little bit more. Observe what it feels like to be in this shape. Think of softening the knees so that you can lengthen your spine a little bit more. Notice if you're holding tension in the head and neck. Let that be kind of loose and easy. So we're getting that perfect balance between the sweetness and a little kick, a little spice in this practice. So just using that to guide you to adjust the experience and the sensations here. Good, let's bring the knees down onto the floor. Walk your hands towards your knees and sit back onto your heels. Good. So feel an opening up through the soles of the feet. You can always adjust the positioning of the thighs, bring them towards one another so that you can really get into the little toes as much as the big toes. And then walk the hands forward. Good. Lift up through the feet. Bend your elbows. Keep moving forwards as you lower your chest down. And then let the tops of the feet come down and slide forward to cobra pose. Good. Tuck your toes. Push up to all fours and then lift to downward facing dog. Good. This time walk your hands towards your feet. Take a little forward fold at the back of the mat. Coming up onto your fingertips, inhale. And exhale, fold down. You're going to turn your feet out. Send your hips down towards your heels, coming into Malasana at the back of the mat. And if this is a little bit too much for you at this point in your practice or at any point in the practice, then you can always place a block underneath your seat. There were many, many years when I thought I would never be able to find any sense of comfort in this pose. And some days it's still pretty uncomfortable. Just meet yourself where you are. There's nowhere that you need to get to. Nothing happens when you manage to sit in a pose for the first time. And any sense of accomplishment is just a story that we're telling ourselves. So we try and disconnect from whatever that looks like. Meet yourself where you are. Let's walk the hands all the way forwards. Come up onto the balls of the feet, turning the thighs parallel, arriving in a high plank. Gentle tuck of the tailbone, extend through the heels, and lift the back of the head in space, so almost like you're trying to give yourself a double chin. You can always drop the knees to the floor here, otherwise starting to really activate through the thighs. And breathe. From here, let's lower the knees, chin and chest to the floor. Coming forwards through to cobra, point your toes back, and exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Let's come up onto the tiptoes, look forwards. This time, feet come to the top of the mat. Lengthening your spine, look up halfway, and exhale, fold over your toes. Rise up to standing, sweep the arms alongside your ears, and exhale, bring the hands through the heart center. Let's release the hands to the side, samastiti here. So let's find an ujjayi breath. If ujjayi breath is in your practice already, you can start to find it now. Otherwise, think about making an H-A ha sound with the breath. Ha. And then the mouth is closed, so that ha sound is in the back of the throat, bringing a warming to the breath. And we try and equalize the inhalation and the exhalation. And that breath acts as a foundation for the practice, heating the body with the breath, letting the breath become the foundation from which we move. So if we find that we're moving and leaving the breath behind, then we want to take it back to a place where we can be led by the breath. Let's bring the hands together and set an intention for this practice today. Maybe it is just to practice in connection with the breath. Let that be enough of an intention. Or maybe there's an alternative quality that you'd like to uplift through your practice. To be here with compassion, or to cultivate a sense of grounding, or to let this practice be a dedication to somebody important to you, or somebody that needs some extra support today. Whatever your intention, know it in the mind and the heart, and let it be part of your practice that makes this more than just a physical exploration. With the mind anchored on the breath, let's inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forwards. Look up halfway and fold back over the toes. We do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Look up halfway and fold. Moving with your breath, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway. And exhale, fold. Root through the feet, rise to standing, arms up alongside your ears. And exhale, hands to heart. Good. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, fold down. Lengthen the spine, look up halfway. Step the left foot to the back of the mat. Drop the back knee to the floor. Take the arms up alongside your ears. Inhale, right angles with both of the knees. And then lifting up underneath the rib cage, gently start to pour forwards without taking a back bend into the lower spine. Breathe. Can you feel an opening through the left side of the body? Good. Take an inhale in. Place the hands down onto the floor. Tuck your back toes, step forwards, lengthening the spine, and exhale, fold. Rise up to stand, inhale, and exhale, fold to the earth. Shift the weight to the left leg as you look up halfway. Step the right foot back and drop the knee. Right angle with both of the legs, sweep your arms up. And then lifting up from behind the heart as you gently start to explore the space in front of that left knee. Gather the hips towards the center line, opening up through the right side of the body. Breathe. Take an inhale. Place the hands down. Step the right foot to the top of the mat, lengthening the spine. Inhale, breath. And exhale, fold forwards. Rise to stand, sweep the arms alongside your ears. And exhale, hands to heart. Release them to the sides. Inhale, lifting the gaze, lifting the hands. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forwards. Spine lengthens, look up halfway. This time, step the feet to the back of the mat. You can use the knees or lower from high to low plank through Chaturanga Dandasana. Roll the shoulders down the back, lift the thigh, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Breathe. Good. Let's raise the right leg up. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. We'll do that twice more. Raise the leg high. And exhale, knee to nose. Shoulders over your wrists. Raising the leg. Exhale, knee to nose, and then step the foot between the palms, drop the back knee, right ankles with both ankles, and reach the arms up. Good. From here, explore the space in front of the right knee if you can do so without collapsing through the lower back. And then exhale, frame the foot with the hands, step back to high plank, vinyasa. Inhaling and exhaling. Left leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Raise the leg up, inhale. And exhale, knee to nose. One more time, raise the leg up. Follow your breath as you step the foot between the palms. 2 right angles with the legs, reach the arms up. Exhale, gently pull forwards, find space through the front of the right thigh. Tucking the tailbone, lengthening through the sides of the waist. And exhale, release the hands. Push through the back heel, lift the knee. Vinyasa. Inhaling and exhaling. Breathe. Good. Inhale, raise the right leg high. Bring your knee to your nose, exhale. We do that 2 more times. Follow your breath. Good. And this time, place the foot between the palms. Drop the back knee, reach up. Good. Drawing forwards, lifting up through the 2 sides of the waist. Good. Lengthen from behind the heart. No collapse of the lower back. Breathe. We build from here. So draw that right knee back over the ankle. Place the hands to the heart and twist left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Good. You could stay here or extend the back leg. Nice. How is the breath? Let the breath guide the movement. Breathe. Good. Inhale. Unwind. Reach the arms up. And release down. Vinyasa. Inhaling. And exhaling. Left leg lifts. Good. Exhale, knee to nose. So you know where you're going. This first bit is exactly the same. We've done it before on this side. The third knee to nose, you step the foot between your palms. Dropping the back knee to the floor. Reaching the arms up and then tuck the tailbone as you draw forwards. Lifting up from underneath the armpits. And then hugging that left hip back, bring the hands to the heart. Right elbow to the outside of the left thigh, navel to spine as you twist. Option to extend the back leg. Make sure that you're finding support through the hips so you're not collapsing here. That back leg is long and strong. Breathe. Unwind, inhale, arms up. Exhale, release. Take it through a vinyasa. Good. Raise your right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Good. 2 more times. Footsteps between the palms. Drop the back knee. Low lunge. Good. Each time maybe finding a little bit more space. And then hug that knee back over the ankle. Take a twist. See how steady you can allow the breath to be, so that there's this continuous flow of breath energizing the body. Good. Let's unwind, high lunge. Then shift the back foot in just a touch. Tuck the tailbone and send the left hip forwards. Breathe. Good, hugging the right hip back. Let's take the arms out wide. Shift the weight forwards, find warrior three. Breathe. Finding steadiness through the body. Inhale, soften the right knee, left foot to the back of the mat, high lunge. Vinyasa. Inhaling and exhaling. Left side, leg lifts. Exhale. Inhale, extend the leg. And exhale, hug it in. Shoulders move over the wrists. One more time. Stepping that foot between the palms, the back knee comes down to the ground. We take that high lunge, low lunge rather, lifting up from behind the heart. Good, breathe. Only deepening if you can do so without collapsing through the lower back. Good, then hug back, knee over ankle, hand to heart. We twist. Really thinking of drawing the navel in, lengthening the spine, and using that length to facilitate the rotation. And then extending the back leg, finding stability. Good. Breathe. Next time you inhale, unwind, high lunge. If it feels wobbly, you can step that back foot in. Breathe. Let there be a gentle tuck of the tailbone so you can pull forwards and open up through the front of the right thigh. Shifting the weight into the left foot, fly the hands back behind you. Find warrior three. As though there is buoyancy, resistance in the air underneath you, can you float the body through space? And if it's wobbly, don't worry. Let it be whatever it is. Stay with your breath. And soften the left knee. Step the right foot back, high lunge. And vinyasa. Inhale to up dog or cobra. And exhale, down dog. We're going to do just the same again. So inhale, raise the right leg. Exhale, knee to nose, just one time this time. Step the foot between the palms, drop the back knee down, low lunge. Exhale, land a little bit deeper. Inhale, hug that right knee over the ankle, hands to heart. Twisting left elbow to right thigh. Extend the back leg, breathe. Unwind, high lunge, inhale. Fly your arms back, chest forwards, warrior three. Bend the knee, high lunge. Exhale, vinyasa. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left side, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the foot forwards. Drop the back knee, low lunge, inhale. Exhale, land here. Inhale, draw the left knee over the ankle, hands to heart. Twisting over the left shoulder. Extend the back leg. Breathe. Inhale, unwind, reach your arms up. Exhale, warrior three, shift the weight forwards. Good. Take a breath in. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, vinyasa. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Good. Right side, one more time. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the foot forwards, drop the back knee. Low lunge, inhale. Exhale, land a little bit deeper. Pull back, hands to heart, inhale. Exhale, we twist. Inhale, extend the back leg. Exhale, we're here. Inhale, unwind, high lunge. Exhale, shift the weight forwards, warrior three. Inhale here. Exhale. And then soften the right knee, step the left foot back, high lunge. And exhale, vinyasa. Of course, you can skip the vinyasa and meet me in downward facing dog if that's your preference today. Last time, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to nose, step the foot forwards. Back knee drops down as you inhale to your lunge. And exhale, soften in. Good, lift back with that left hip, hands to heart. We twist right elbow to the outside of the thigh. Inhale, push through the heel, and exhale here. Inhale, unwind, arms up, high lunge. Exhale, fly to warrior three. Good, take a breath here. Soften your left knee, rise up to high lunge. And exhale, release. We take it through vinyasa and meet in downward facing dog. Couple of options. You can stay as you are. You can take the knees to the floor for child's pose. Or if you want a little bit of that spice, that cayenne pepper in your tropical juice, then place the forearms to the floor and come to dolphin pose. The hands can come onto the floor, either with the forearms parallel, or depending on your shoulders, you might rotate the hands in slightly. Your hips lift and you walk the feet in as much as the hamstrings allow. Breathe. And whatever your choice, you've got 2 more breaths. Nice. Let's walk the hands towards the feet. So if you're in down dog or dolphin, drop the knees. And then walk back to the feet. Feet are parallel, look up halfway. And then catch hold of your big toes with your peace fingers. And exhale, fold forwards over your toes. Allow the upper body to pour down over the front of the feet. The head and the neck are soft. Good. Look up halfway. Release the hands. Exhale, fold. Rise up to standing. Inhale, arms high. And exhale, fold all the way back down. Let's walk the hands to high plank. Good. From here, push through the heels, lengthen through the crown of the head. You're going to tap your left shoulder with your right hand. Try to keep your hips steady in space. You can always drop the knees to the floor. Now place the right hand down, drop to the right heel, and reach your left hand skywards, coming into a side plank. Good. Breathe. The right knee could come down to the floor for support. The left foot could step on top for a little bit of extra spice. Take what you need here. Hug that right shoulder down the back of the body. Maybe gaze up to the left hand. And then place the left hand down onto the floor. Good. Breathe. Left hand taps the right shoulder. Left hand to the floor. Press into that hand as you drop the feet to the other direction and reach the right hand up. So this is a little intermission in the middle of our flow. Take a breath in. Place the right hand down, pick up the heels, vinyasa. Inhale and exhale. Nice. Let's raise the right leg high. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, open your hip, lengthen that left heel down to the floor. And then raise the right leg high, look forwards, and step the right foot between the palms. Come up to a high lunge, inhale. And straighten that right leg. As you exhale, begin to fold forwards into a pyramid pose. You could use blocks underneath the hands to help open up or bring the ground a little bit closer towards you rather than overstretching. Good. And then drop your back heel, bend your right knee, and come up to warrior two. Breathe. Flip the front palm, reverse your warrior. As you exhale, place the hands onto the floor and then pick up the back heel. Right hand reaches high as you turn all of your toes to the right and let that left hip drop down to the floor. Place the right hand to the top of the mat, turn your toes forward and shift your weight to that right foot for a standing split. Come up onto the fingertips, inhale, and exhale, fold. Nice. Take a couple of breaths. Fingertips to the floor, look up. Soften your right knee, step your left foot to the back of the mat. Frame the right foot with the hands, vinyasa. So you step that right foot back and move with your breath. Let's inhale, raise the left leg. Stepping the foot between the palms, coming up to a high lunge. Take an inhale here, straighten the left leg, and exhale, fold. Good. So again, using props if appropriate to do so today. Try not to push through the back of the knee. Think more about lifting up than pushing that back, that left leg back. You can adjust the position of the hands to switch up the intensity. And then soften the left knee, ground the back heel, and come up to a warrior two. Breathe. Let's flip the front palm, reverse the warrior. Placing the hands either side of the front foot, pick up the back heel and then turn all the toes to the left side as you lower your right hip towards the floor and reach that left hand back. So in a reverse Skandasana, keep pushing the ground away with the right hand. Then place the left hand at the top of the mat. You can shuffle the right foot in a little and shift the weight to the left foot, standing split. Come up onto the fingertips, look forwards, and then exhale, fold, and we're here for a couple of breaths. Keep energizing both legs. Good. Soften the left knee. Step your right foot to the back of the mat. Frame the left foot with the hands. Vinyasa. Good, so that's the foundation of the repetition of this next little sequence. So we're going to go one movement, one breath. Let's inhale the right leg up. Exhale, step the foot between the palms, high lunge. Inhale, lift the arms, straighten the right leg, and exhale, folding down. Ground the back foot, bend the right knee, come up to warrior two. Take a breath in and an exhale here. Flip the front palm, reverse the warrior. Placing both hands either side of the right foot, pick up the left heel and turn your toes to the right. Reach the right hand back as you lower the left heel. Good, let's place the hands either side of the right foot, looking forward, standing split. Come up onto your fingertips, inhale, and exhale, fold. Soften the right knee, step the left foot back. Frame the foot with the hands, vinyasa. Inhaling and exhaling. Left side, inhale, leg lifts. Exhale, step forwards. High lunge, inhale. Straighten the left leg, fold forwards, pyramid. Take a breath. Ground the back heel, warrior two, bend the left knee, open up. Good, a breath here. Flip the front palm, reverse warrior. Keep the left knee where it is in space and then place the hands down. Turn all of your toes to the left side and reach back, lowering that right hip. Good. Look forwards, frame the left foot, pick up the back heel, standing split. Come up onto the fingertips, look forwards, and exhale, fold. Soften your left knee, step the right foot to the back of the mat. Plant the palms, vinyasa. Inhaling and exhaling. We're going to do that one more time on each side. So let's take a breath in. Exhale, let it go. And then come back to that ujjayi breath, that warming breath. Take an inhale, raise the right leg high. Step the foot between the palms, high lunge. Inhale, rise up, straighten the right leg. And exhale, fold. Good. Nice. From here, ground the back heel, warrior two. Extend from fingertip to fingertip. Flip the front palm, reverse the warrior. Exhale, hands frame the right foot. Turn all of your toes to the right and sweep the right arm up and back towards the left heel. Placing the hand to the top of the mat, find the ball of the left foot. Step forwards to the fingertips, standing split. And exhale, fold. Soften your right knee, step the left foot to the back of the mat. Vinyasa. Inhaling. And exhaling. Last time on the left side, inhale, leg lifts. Exhale, high lunge. Rise up, inhale. Straighten the leg and fold. Good, take a breath. Land the back heel. Bend the left knee, warrior two. Flip the front palm, inhale. Place the hands to the top of the mat and turn all the left toes to the left side, all of the toes to the left side. Good. Place the left hand to the top of the mat, find the ball of the right foot. Gently pull forwards, come onto the fingertips, and exhale, fold. Good, bend the left knee, step the right foot back, hands to the floor. This time, hold your high plank. Tap the left shoulder with the right hand. Place the right hand down and find a side plank on the right side. Lifting your left hand high. Breathe. Good, look up to that left hand if you can. And then place it down to the floor, find your center. The left hand comes up to the right shoulder, place it back down and reach your right hand up. Nearly fell over that time. Good. Breathe. How is the breath? If it's too much, take a step back. Most important thing is your breath. Take an inhale in. Place the hand down, vinyasa. Inhale to up dog. And exhale, down dog. And then choose your spice. Stay in down dog, take child's pose, take dolphin. But whatever you do, make sure you're breathing. Nice. Take an inhale in. And a big sigh. If you're not in child's pose, come to meet me here. And really tune into your breath. Feel the movement of the breath, the warming of the breath from that narrowing at the back of the throat. Victorious breath, Ujjayi breathing. And this wave-like oceanic sounding breath. And keep breathing with intention until you find an evenness to the inhalation and the exhalation. And when you're ready, bring yourself up onto all fours. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Let's raise the right leg up, inhale. Bending the knee and opening up through the hip. Really lengthening through the side of the body. And then take your gaze forward, start to shift the weight into the hands and step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Good, you're going to place the left hand down, reach your right arm up. Maybe drop the back knee to the floor, reaching to take hold of the left foot with the right hand. You're going to open up through the chest. Look over that right shoulder. Good, and then release that leg and maybe come down onto the forearms, coming into a lizard pose. Maybe you want to have the back toes tucked and the knee lifted. If you're there, just be mindful that you're not collapsing into the lower back. Choose what version feels most appropriate for you here. And then come up onto the hands. I quite like to use blocks for this bit. You're going to come up into the hands, lift the chest, and turn those toes forward. You can slide that right foot out, depending on how sticky your mat is. Maybe coming into Hanumanasana. If it's too much, you can take half Hanumanasana, keeping a bend in that back knee. But if you want to explore straightening both legs, coming into a full split, that's your option. So you can have blocks under your hands. You could also take a block underneath the hip. Think of your tailbone going down rather than back. Nice. If you're in the full split, and gently bring that right foot underneath the knee again. You're going to tuck the back toes. And if it feels good to release through vinyasa, maybe that's your choice, or maybe you just come straight back to downward facing dog. And then we'll lift the left leg up, inhale. Bending the knee and opening the hip. And I think I forgot to do it on this side earlier on in the practice. So let's stay here for an extra breath. And then looking forwards, place that left leg to the outside of the left hand. Good. From here, you could drop the back knee, reaching round and take hold of the right foot in the left hand, looking over your left shoulder. Good, and then release that back foot. Maybe placing both hands onto the floor or coming down onto the forearms. If you want somewhere in between, you could have a block or a bolster underneath your elbows. So we've used repetition to move kind of deeper into the body, maintaining a focus on strengthening while simultaneously creating space. And that sweetness of the pineapple and the spice of the cayenne pepper, making a delicious tropical juice. Walk the hands back up in line with the heel if they're not already there. And then taking blocks if you're using them. You can either bend the right knee and send the hips back, coming into a half split, or step that left foot forwards and coming into a full split. You can have a block underneath your hips, or find a way to support yourself in the most appropriate way here. No pressure, nowhere that we're trying to get to. If today your split isn't as deep as it was yesterday, it doesn't matter. There's lots of other things going on in the body at every time, every moment. So just be where you are, meet yourself where you are. Good. If the left leg is forward, hug the heel underneath the knee, tuck the back toes. Vinyasa or come to down dog. Nice. And then looking forwards, let's step the feet through. Come to seated. We're going to have one last little play before we make our way down onto the back of the body. So I'm going to turn to face you. Some of you might have done this with me before. You might have found it in other practices. This is one of my favorite things to play with, but until it makes sense in the body, it can seem totally impossible. So this is called Crazy 8. If you know where you're going, you can head there. You're going to take the left foot underneath you, and you're going to take this right leg and try and place it as far up onto the shoulder as you can. And then press your right hand down onto the floor. You're going to hook the feet together. Both hands press and you lift your bottom away from the ground. Now, as you bend the elbows like chaturanga arms, you can extend the legs. And you're squeezing the legs around the upper arm. If you're wearing long sleeves, it can be a little bit slippy. You're just having a play. And if it feels really far away, don't worry about it. Maybe you can just try lifting your bottom. You could even let go of the legs completely, place blocks either side of the hips, cross the legs, hug your knees to your chest, and see if you can find a moment of balance here. And then let it go. And we'll try it on the other side. Oops. So the right leg draws in. Place the left leg over your shoulder like a backpack. Place the left hand to the floor, the right hand to the floor. Hook the right foot over the left. Press the ground away, lift your bottom, and then send your feet to the side. Good. Chaturanga arms are really strong through the arms. Keep the chest lifted. And then maybe you're able to bring the feet in or you just collapse down. We're going to roll down onto the back of the body here. In fact, before we do that, let's take a forward fold. So lengthen your legs out. Take a little cushion from underneath the seat. Reach the arms up. And exhale, fold forwards. You could find the edges of the feet or the toes. Try not to round the upper back if you can help it. So keep the chest lifted. If that means bending the knees, then that's okay. Breathe. Good. Take 2 more breaths. Nice. Place the hands behind your back. Let's take a reverse tabletop here, or reverse plank, upward facing plank, Purvottanasana. Point the toes away. If this doesn't feel comfortable in your body, you could bend the knees, take reverse tabletop. Lift from underneath the hips. Open up the throat. Take a breath in. Maybe a lion's breath. And then lower your hips down. Let's slide them forwards onto the mat and gently roll down onto the back of the body. Just have a block close by. You're going to press down into the feet and lift your hips away from the floor. And if you have one available, placing the block underneath the back of the hips. If you don't have a block, you can take an active pose, interlacing the hands, rolling onto the tops of the shoulders that way. But we want to try and initiate a slight shift in pace here, making it a little bit more restful. This is a nice counter pose, opening up through the front of the hips. You can even take your hands over your head and catch opposite elbows. And take another breath in. And a big sigh, let that breath go. Pushing down through the feet, lift your hips and take the block from underneath you. And then bring your knees into your chest. The right foot is going to come onto the left thigh. And you'll take a figure 4 stretch, so hugging the left knee in towards you, flexing the right toes and getting a stretch through the glutes on the right side. If there's any sounds that want to release from the body, let them go. And then gently just swap over to the other side, left foot onto the right thigh. Flexing the foot. Let's take one more breath. From here, take the left foot in the left hand, send the heel up. Take the right foot in the right hand, happy baby. Lengthening the tailbone down. Good. If you want to bend and extend one leg than the other, there's an option to do that. Or find stillness. Let's just take one more deep breath here. And then let the legs come down onto the ground. If you want to take a little hug of the knees into the chest, you can. And bring yourself down onto the back of the body for Savasana. Take a deep breath in. And a big sigh. Let it go. And just let the effort go. Allow the back of the body to be met by the earth. And feel the warmth, the glow, the inner glow that you've created from your practice. Let everything recalibrate, percolate as you take a couple of moments to just be totally still, no effort. Slowly start to deepen your breath. Notice how that breath animates the body. Start to wiggle fingers and toes or stretch the body and bring the knees into your chest. When you're ready, gently rocking to one side and just pausing there for a moment. And then pushing into the top hand, keeping the head heavy as you bring yourself up to seated. Sitting bones resting against the block, lifting up through the crown of the head. And just take a moment to tune in. And as you gather your hands to the heart, just observe how the intention you set at the beginning of practice might serve you as you step beyond the mat and into the rest of the day ahead of you. This practice is so illuminating. It shows us so much of ourselves that we might not otherwise be attuned to. And that wisdom can serve us profoundly as we step into whatever else our days have in store for us outside of this formal practice on the mat, into the spaces where our yoga practice really comes into its own. So don't leave this work behind. Carry it forward with you with intention. Let's take a breath in. Big sigh. Thank you for your practice today. If you enjoyed this practice and you'd like to take some more classes with me, then come and join me on The Practice. It's my online studio where there are hundreds of classes to choose from. I'll pop a link to a free trial in the box below, and I hope to see you there very soon.